Mahi lives in India. She had initially planned to study in Canada, but due to inflation and housing rent crisis, she changed her mind of not going to Canada.
First, I thought that the education system was too good in Canada, and it might help me to cope up with my career. That will help to get me better job and better future. But as per seeing the conditions right now, I had changed my mind because right now there are many problems in Canada, like job issues. There is no employment in Canada, and the prices of rent are also high. So living in Canada is difficult for students right now. So I had changed my mind, and I'm not thinking for going to study in Canada.
Students outside Canada are not very much liking this decision by the IRCC, but the students who are already in Canada welcome this decision. Abdul is a second semester student at Seneca Polytechnic. He says this decision will have long term benefits to the economy of Canada.
With this cap, um, you have more opportunities for international students or just people in Canada in general, and maybe it will also reduce the pressure on the housing market, and so there'll be more affordable houses for people in Canada. Yeah, I think that like over time we will see, and like hopefully it will be a good decision.
Saloni Bogra, who covers international student stories for CBC Network, says it is very early to assume whether the cap on international students will end the housing crisis or not.
Um, so it could. Again, I think we have to wait for the government to sort of meet its promises and see what happens next year, what happens in 2025, until when the cap actually is. So we'll have to see what happens in the next 2 years, whether or not there's enough construction for the government to actually continue with the cap, or how many students will they be able to invite after that. There are colleges though, this year that I spoke to who are now trying to promise or guarantee, sorry, who are trying to guarantee housing to students that they will be inviting.
The Associate Vice President of Students at Seneca Polytechnic, Christian Blake, says that the decision by the IRCC is surprising, but at the same time, the college is also trying to support students through their online platforms.
Uh, I would say that that it did come as a surprise to the college and university system as a whole. I think once we heard the news and understood the framework that the federal government was putting forward, and then also how the provincial government was going to be reacting. One of the things that we've been trying to do is every week we've been hosting webinars for applicants and just general international students to ask questions. And some of the questions they're asking we don't have answers for, but at least we are in constant communication. And we actually have a really great, on the International Student Services webpage, or on the international page, there is a whole list of frequently asked questions, and they're updated constantly. Like, I'm pretty sure by the end of today, there'll be some more updates, because the government actually did do a news release yesterday.
There has been quite a debate whether this decision will have positive impact on Canadian economy or no, but the government is very confident on its decision and thinks that this cap will end the student crisis at present. For Say News, I am Osama Zafar in Toronto.